Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And today, not really a bad day. We did see lots of wind out there once again today. Our third day in a row of winds at least 20 miles an hour, a little bit stronger. But look at that brilliant blue sky this afternoon as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera at Wenatchee Heights. And thank you to Sky-Fi and Localtel for this beautiful shot of Wenatchee. A few clouds out there and a few stray showers also around north central Washington. But I'll tell you what, folks, that's going to be about it for the wet stuff and cool temperatures. We may see one more day of temperatures a little bit on the cool side. That will be Saturday. Maybe a few leftover showers in extreme eastern Washington, but that's it. And then on Sunday and all through our next work week, we are talking unbelievably warm temperatures with highs by Wednesday and into Thursday, possibly in the mid-90s to even near 100 degrees. And we'll tell you much more about the heat wave on the way coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Incidents involving tipped-over semis blocked traffic in two separate locations, both yesterday and this morning. Officials have not yet determined the identity and cause of a death of a body found Monday in a car trunk south of Tonasket. And the 243 Command Fire in Grant County has now burned 20,300 acres and is 65% contained and should be completely contained by this evening. But first, we begin tonight. Mattawa Police and the Grant County Sheriff's Office are searching for a suspect in a May 29th drive-by shooting in Desert Air. 22-year-old Martinez Carranza is suspected of being involved in the gang-related shooting along Frontier Way. Nobody was injured, and one suspect, a 17-year-old boy, was arrested on Thursday. 2 days after that shooting, shots were fired from a Mazda 3 at an unoccupied black Chevrolet Silverado pickup in Mattawa. An 18-year-old man was later arrested. Carranza is 5'7" and 220 pounds, was last seen in Mattawa wearing a green shirt and gray sweatpants. Police warn he may be armed, and anyone who sees him should contact the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Well, incidents involving tipped-over semis blocked traffic in two separate locations Thursday and this morning. First, a semi completely blocked Highway 24 about 11 miles east of Desert Air for more than 3.5 hours late Thursday morning. And then this morning, a semi rolled on its side on an Interstate 90 on-ramp near Ellensburg that spilled big piles of lumber. The 116 on-ramp was blocked while crews cleaned up the debris and removed the semi. There were no injuries in either incident. Officials have not yet determined the identity and cause of death for a body found Monday in a car trunk south of Tonasket. Okanagan County Sheriff Tony Hawley said he's still awaiting autopsy results. The body was found after fire officials responded to a report of a burning car on Frosty Creek Road. Witnesses told deputies they'd seen 37-year-old Lance Bowers walking away from the car, and he was tracked down outside the Aeneas Valley General Store about 2 miles away. After he displayed a gun, a sergeant and deputy fired at Bowers, injuring him, the sheriff's office reported. Bowers was treated at Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee before being jailed. Well, the 243 Command Fire in Grant County has now burned 20,380 acres and is 65% contained. The fire, which started on Monday, is burning west of Royal City in the Crab Creek Wildlife Area near the small town of Beverly. The fire grew slightly yesterday afternoon because of strong winds, but fire officials say the fire lines held that blaze in check. There are approximately 350 people working the fire, and as objectives are met today, the team will adjust and reduce the number of personnel and equipment. Today's objective will be mop-up and rehab operation, which means those working the fire will be allowed to leave at the end of the day today, as the fire is expected to be fully contained by early this evening. Coming up next, outgoing Wenatchee School District Superintendent Brian Flonis reflects back on his career and how much has changed since he was first hired 32 years ago. May home sales in the Wenatchee market were down compared to last year, and the supply remains low. And Chelan County Port District has included a new feature to its website to help recruit new businesses to our area. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine-in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back. In another news, Brian Flonis will attend his final Wenatchee High School graduation ceremony tonight. Flonis is retiring after a 32-year tenure with the district and 19 of those as superintendent. He reflects back on his career and how much has changed since he was first hired.
I think as I look back, we went through some incredible demographic shifts in our community from 1986 till probably about 2004. We had increased enrollment. We had our Latino population increased from probably around 20% to close to 52% right now. Our poverty level students increased, by maybe 35 to 40%. So with all of those demographic shifts, there's a lot of challenges.
Flonis helped to facilitate a community visioning process called Wenatchee Learns and to design the future of education in Wenatchee by personalizing learning.
That's one of the things that we've really focused on is providing the right services and the right experiences for all kids, because all kids come in differently and they learn at different rates and they have different life experiences. And so providing those students, especially those students who would be considered disadvantaged, providing them with the experiences that they need so that they can move on to the next level, so they can graduate and they can go on to college, because most of these are first-generation college-bound students or in a career technical program. So what we've done from K to 12 is build these experiences from the elementary to the middle school to the high school that gives these kids a vision for a future and a hope for a future. And that's what I think has really been just the whole package put together.
Under Flonis's watch, high school on-time graduation rates have improved to levels that exceed statewide averages. May home sales were down compared to last year and the supply remains low. That's the word from Pacific Appraisal Associates in their latest real estate snapshot of the Wenatchee market, which includes Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, Malaga, Orondo, and Rock Island. 98 homes were sold last month, which is down 8% compared to May of 2018 when 107 homes were sold. Active home listings in the Wenatchee market was at 135 last month. That's also down 7% compared to May of 2018. And new home listings are down 14% compared to last year. The trend of monthly higher home prices also continued last month, with the average sales price up 6% compared to last year at $363,108, while the median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market, it went up 8% to $338,500. That's compared to $315,000 in May of last year. Chelan County Port District has included a new feature to its website to help recruit new business to the area. The Port, in concert with the county, has added so-called Opportunity Zone pages to its recruitment website, ChooseChelanCounty.com. Congress created Opportunity Zones back in 2017 to help spur economic development in areas that are identified as underserved. County Commissioner Kevin Overbay explained how they work in an earlier interview right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
We've come together with their port, their county commission, as well as the Chamber of Commerce, and all of us have been meeting to actually put together an investment portfolio to show really what our area has to invest in. And what we were able to do is, as we're developing that, we'll be developing a website as well that people can go to. So there's two components to it. There's an education component for those investors that want to get in and invest in this, but there's also that marketing component, that portfolio component for those larger investment groups. We'll be meeting again on the 7th of November, finalizing that, and then we'll be over in Seattle on the 15th. We'll have representatives from our group over there that actually the Department of Commerce is hosting an event.
The Opportunity Zone web pages provide an overview of Chelan County zones, ongoing projects, local professionals that can assist with projects, and funds, as well as contact information for the port and the city of Wenatchee. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Moving doesn't have to be back-breaking, stressful work. And I don't want you to make a move that way ever again.
Traditionally, you would rent a truck, you would load up your stuff, you would rent a storage unit, you would transport it, and finally, you would unload your stuff yourself. You don't have to lift a finger. We bring the mobile storage unit to you, we drop it off, then one of our trusted packers can load it for you. We come pick it up and store it securely for you. We bring it back to you. No hassle, no stress.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Chelan County PUD, milk growers, and the Diamond Foundry make it official. They held a contract signing ceremony Thursday afternoon that will provide the company with up to 19 megawatts of electric power. The San Francisco-based gemstone maker is leasing space in a Stemilt warehouse that was damaged in the Sleepy Hollow fire. Stemilt President Wes Matheson joined PUD General Manager Steve Wright and Diamond Foundry Production President Kyle Gazay at Thursday's news conference.
It's fun to be here today when we think about, it was about 4 years ago that the Sleepy Hollow fire came through the community and created a lot of destruction and heartache, and because of a lot of creativity and ingenuity in this private-public partnership that we've come together and found an innovative way to foster new economic opportunity and diversity for the Wenatchee area. And so Stemilt looks forward to the Diamond Foundry becoming yet another gem of our community.
And I'll just say that we're excited because this is the culmination of many years of work coming out of our strategic plan. In our strategic plan from our customers, we heard an interest in economic development, but also a concern about how economic development might impact the rates for our existing customers. We think we found a great balance between those here that will allow us to be able to grow the local economy. We're really excited about the 35 to 50 jobs that the Diamond Foundry will be bringing to this community. And we're doing it in a fashion in which we think that there will be minimal impact in terms of our existing customers' rates. So that's going to allow us to be able to fulfill what we think are the dreams of our customers, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to serve our customers' interests. They've spoken to us. Now it's our job to try to implement that, and this is a huge step in that direction in terms of being able to have a strong local economy and continue to enjoy some really low rates. With that, Kyle, I think it would be great if you could take a moment to talk a little bit about the jobs and the opportunities for the community.
Absolutely. We're very excited to be here and help the economic growth. With the success of the company over the last years, we are seeing massive demand for our product, which makes us very excited that we got this done so we can continue to expand here, and it's going to be a sustainable business, and we plan on being here for years to come and contributing to the community.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, let's take a beautiful look outside our weather window. Look at that bright, brilliant blue sky on this late spring June day. Temperatures, though, on the cool side today, and we did see some wind out there. Also some clouds meandering around North Central Washington. Some of those clouds did produce some light showers around portions of our viewing area, but really not a lot of rain to speak of, just a lot of wind out there. And luckily, not so much tomorrow, but as we get into the end of the weekend and next week, that wind will diminish and we will see some very, very warm temperatures. But not today. In fact, we were once again below normal as far as high temperatures go. 69 unofficially in the Wenatchee area. That's at Pangbourne Airport. 76 is where we should be. 50 degrees was our overnight low this morning, and 54 is our normal low temperature. 99 the record high for today, and that was set not in 2016 like the last couple of days. Tonight, 2015, our record hot year. 2002 was our record low year, and that temperature 42 degrees. We're still at 3.78 inches of precipitation since January 1st. Sunrise was at 5:05, and the sun will set tonight at 8:55. Now let's put that surface loop in motion and show you what we can expect as we move through the weekend and into next week. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and breezy. High pressure here, low pressure to the east. Once again, that tightens up those pressure gradients, and we will see the wind continue tonight out of the west, 10 to 20 miles an hour. For Saturday, a bit of wind. I don't think it will be anything like today. We'll see sunny skies, but winds about 10 to 15 miles an hour. But notice what this area of high pressure is doing right now, and it's nudging a little bit onshore in western Washington, and that will begin to bring some warmer temperatures to us, especially by Sunday. Mostly sunny. There's the good news. Light wind and warmer as a ridge of high pressure begins to build over, almost all of the western United States, all the way back into Minnesota. Look at this trend for Monday. Not a cloud to be seen until we get all the way over into the east coast of the United States. High pressure will bring us lots of sunshine Monday into Tuesday, and here is where we transition into our temperature map. Remember, the reds, the oranges indicate 90s and even 100-degree temperatures. Unseasonably warm for us on Tuesday, where I expect temperatures to be near 90. Wednesday, we will be into the 90s here in the Wenatchee Valley, maybe even close to 95, with possibly even 100 down around the Pasco, Kennewick, Richland area in the Tri-Cities. For Thursday, mostly sunny. It will continue to be hot, but a little cooler air is beginning to move in from the west, so that will cool us down as we get past Thursday into Friday and for our next weekend. But in the meantime, we could be talking record high temperatures next week. Let's take a look now at your Quick Lube and Tune forecast tonight. Look at that low temperature, 48 degrees overnight tonight. Might have to click that heater on even overnight tonight, and maybe tomorrow night too. 71 your high for Saturday, and breezy conditions, and then the warm up begins on Sunday. Sunday should be just a fantastic day with mostly sunny skies. 76 our high temperature, all the way up to 84 on Monday, and look at that trend. 89 for our high temperature on Tuesday, mostly sunny skies. We'll stay with lots of sunshine Wednesday and Thursday too, with highs then in the low 90s with lows, look at that, in the mid 60s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand. a time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community, and that's pretty useful for everyone. Be a job creator. Donate. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday to you. We have a lot to get to. Kashmir's Haley Van Lith selected the tournament MVP. She led her USA squad to a gold medal for the second straight year at the FIBA 3x3 U18 World Cup. Van Lith scored a total of 36 points in 7 games, including some key buckets in the championship to help USA beat New Zealand 19-13.
Nice drive and finish with the right hand. Teams in the world. 3 to Robati. Bumping and grinding down low. Step back. Van Lith. Bucket. Turnover. Van Lith throws it back inside. Hayes puts it up. Van Lith for 2. Count it. And that just may be enough for USA to win the gold medal.
The USA, by the way, pulled off something it's never done as the men's U8 team also won the gold medal. Congratulations. Wenatchee Apple Sox had defensive problems again last night, dropping the final game of the 3-game set to Victoria. 8-5 was the final score. In 4 games this season, Wenatchee's committed at least 3 errors in each game as the Apple Sox dropped to 500 on the 2019 campaign last night. Harbor Cats scored 5 unearned runs in the second inning to build a lead it would never relinquish. Voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman, has the details on last night's game.
The Apple Sox dropped the series finale to the Victoria Harbor Cats on Thursday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. They fall to 1-2 on the season, and for the second evening in a row, were done in by a rough early inning. In the first inning of Wednesday night's ball game, they gave up 4 runs. They outdid themselves. Didn't give up any runs in the first inning for the first time this series, but in the second inning of Thursday night's game, they gave up 5 runs and really just weren't able to climb out of that hole. Blake Klassen did a nice job in his Apple Sox debut. Joined the team a day before the Thursday night ball game, and then he reached base 4 different times, including being hit by 2 pitches and swiping a couple bases. But it was a tough spot for the Apple Sox to get out of that hole. They got back as close as 2 runs, but would get no closer. They head on the road for a game on Friday night in Yakima Valley, the home opener for the Pippins. First pitch is at 7:05. With your Apple Sox report, I'm Joel Norman.
Thank you much, Joel. The Apple Sox return Tuesday to face Port Angeles in the first of a 6-game homestand. Also, West Coast League play last night. David James Lebioda went 2 for 3 and scored 3 times to help Walla Walla sweep Corvallis 5-3. Cameron Repetis, 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th, gave Ridgefield its first franchise win down in Yakima Valley 3-2. Bellingham would make 3 first-inning runs hold up in a 3-1 victory over Kelowna. Bells used 5 pitchers to hold the Falcons to 1 run on 6 hits with 8 strikeouts to take 2 of the 3 series. Zach Smith's RBI single at the top of the night capped a 2-run comeback for Cowlitz as the Bears edged Bend 4-3. Braden Benedictus also helped out the cause at the plate for Cowlitz, going 3 for 5 with a run. Damiano Palmagiani went 2 for 5 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Ethan Groff was 3 for 5 and Ronnie Russ 3 for 4 with 2 ribbies as Port Angeles blasted Portland 10-1. The lefties roughed up Pickles pitching with 18 hits in the game, taking 2 of 3 at Walker Stadium. Here's a look at the WCL North Division standings. You have Bellingham, Port Angeles, Victoria, and Yakima Valley all 2-1, tied for first. Wenatchee Kelowna at 1-2. Sweets, by the way, lead the South Division with a 3-0 start. Miles Straw led off the 14th with a triple and scored the game winner for Houston on a sac fly as the Astros outlasted Seattle 8-7 in a marathon at T-Mobile Park yesterday. The Mariners had to come back multiple times in this one. Edwin and Encarnacion set into extra innings with an RBI single in the bottom of the ninth. Then in the 10th, after Houston took the lead, Omar Narvaez homered to tie it again. Seattle had the bases loaded in the 11th and again in the 14th, but couldn't muster the game-winning hit. Manager Scott Service says he was pleased with his club's comeback attitude.
Yeah, our guys really competed their tails off today. Really proud of our efforts, and continuing to come back. We're down 5-1 in that game. We had 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th inning, all trailing. We keep fighting. Really great sign. A lot of good things offensively today. Played some pretty good defense. A lot of good plays out there today. Just didn't get that one. We had a couple chances there to get that winning run across the play. Just didn't quite get it done at the end. But not for lack of effort. Really happy with our effort today.
Mariners are in Anaheim to take on the Angels tonight at 7:07. Marco Gonzalez facing Andrew Heaney. Les Schwab American League West scoreboard. There you see it from last night. It was Texas over Baltimore, and Oakland beat the Angels, so L.A. comes in after a loss. Let's skip ahead here. Big night of racing at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval coming up tomorrow night, sponsored by the IBEW and NECA. The big rigs return for the first time in 5 years. In addition, racing will include the Washington Midget Racing Association, Thunder Cars, and Roadrunners. Gates open at 4, racing at 5:30, the Fan Fest at 6:30. Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks will try for a second consecutive win tomorrow night at home at the Town Toyota Center. Skyhawks will battle Tri-Cities Fire for the second straight game in American West Conference play. Kickoff Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Also, quite a bit of other sports happening throughout the Valley this weekend. Let's take a look here. Eastmont's Youth Baseball hosting the annual Apple Capital Baseball Tournament. That's today through Sunday at the Eastmont Fourplex across the river. Morris Park, the place. Wenatchee Youth Baseball hosting its 9U, 10U baseball tournament tomorrow and Sunday. Men's softball happening at Walla Walla Point Park, the Grip It and Rip It tournament, and the Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club hosting its annual Cusick tournament. That's tennis tomorrow and Sunday. That's sports. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
And thank you, Eric. We leave you tonight with video of the Wenatchee High School graduates of 2019 as they made their way around Wenatchee High School for one final lap earlier today. Don't forget, we will have complete graduation coverage here on the NCWLIFE channel tonight, beginning with Eastmont's graduation from the Town Toyota Center at 6 o'clock, and that'll be followed immediately with the Wenatchee High School graduation at 8 o'clock from the Apple Bowl. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCWLIFE channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your host, Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.